In Alberta, a record number of people, including thousands of working families and children, are visiting our food banks just to eat. New data shows usage has skyrocketed, outpacing the rest of Canada. I did a deep dive into the numbers behind the increase as well as the reasons for it, and I think that you'll be shocked at what I found.
The inflation rate in Canada, the food inflation rate is the G7 average, and we have the lowest deficit in the G7. What the government is going to do is use that deficit to grow this economy like it's never seen before.
Hello, Tamara Leach with Rebel News here, and as many of you know, I was able to perform some of my community service at our local food bank here in Medicine Hat. Now, one of the things that struck me right off the bat, over and above the overwhelming generosity of Hatters, was the volume of clients coming in to use the service of the food bank here. And it got me curious as to what the numbers actually are, how bad the increases have become, and some of the reasons behind it. Now, according to Food Bank Canada's 2025 Hunger Count Report, Alberta food banks recorded an average of 210,000 visits per month, a staggering 21.8% jump since 2024, and a whopping 134% increase since 2019. That is the second highest provincial increase in the country. Nationally, visits are hitting around 2.17 million in 1 month, which is also double pre-pandemic levels. And here in Alberta, more than one-third of those visits are by children. 127 food banks across Alberta reported these figures. In places like Calgary, the local food bank distributed over 200,000 emergency hampers in a recent year. That's over 800 every single day. Smaller communities in Alberta are feeling it too, with some warning that they could close without more support. Food Banks Alberta notes the demand hasn't slowed in 2026, and in one recent month, over 132 people received assistance, with 36% of those being children. The national average increase since 2019 is 99%. This isn't a temporary spike. It's becoming Canada's and Alberta's new normal. The face of hunger has also changed. It's no longer just the unemployed or those on social assistance. In Alberta, 30.8% of food bank clients are reporting their employment as their primary source of income, the highest rate in Canada and well above the national average of 19%. Many of these jobs are in the service industry, in seasonal employment, or the energy industry, where wages are not keeping up pace with inflation. Two-parent families are now making up a growing share, along with single-parent families and newcomers, and most live in market rentals where the housing costs are devouring their budgets. So why the surge? An affordability crisis has hit much of the country as well as Alberta. And since 2021, food prices nationally are up about 25%, with Alberta groceries seeing even steeper cumulative rises. Shelter costs are up 26%, transportation costs are up 20%. And what about those wages? Well, they've lagged, especially for lower income workers. Housing now eats up to 2/3 of disposable income for the lowest earners. Rent in communities like Claresholm has skyrocketed with more applicants than units. Donations are down while food banks buy up to 80% of their supply, clearly not sustainable and up dramatically from a few years ago. Broader pressures include underemployment, uneven post-pandemic recovery, personal crises, and insufficient social supports. Even full-time workers are being squeezed. Food Banks Canada now says poverty and hunger are becoming normalized. Alberta's working poor are a very stark example. The system is buckling. Many food banks give out less per visit and face tough choices. Nutrition suffers, especially for kids, leading to long-term health and learning impacts. Families face stress and stigma. Community organizations are stretched too thin. Alberta's government has provided funding to food banks for capacity building. Food banks are innovating with grants, fundraisers, and partnerships, but reports call for bigger fixes, more affordable housing, stronger income supports, a groceries and essentials benefit, and EI reforms. Experts say charity alone can't solve this. We need policy addressing the root causes. Food banks are a lifeline. They are not supposed to be permanent, nor were they ever meant to be. As Alberta grows, ensuring families aren't left behind is absolutely critical. Support your local food bank if you can. You can do so by making donations, by volunteering your time, or simply by becoming an advocate. Awareness is the first step towards change. I'm Tamara Leach. Thank you for watching. As you know, here at Rebel News, we do not take a dime of government subsidies for the work that we do. We are fully supported by people like you. If you want to continue to support us, you can visit ournewcanada.com.